So from editing to production to this literal entire YouTube channel, this is pretty much where it all happens. And I'm finally proud to say that it's finally done. Welcome to my work productive studio. This studio has been in the making for a couple months now, and I'm finally glad to say that it's sort of finished now. Definitely I will add some more stuff to it, but the general studio itself is pretty much finished, and let me give you a studio tour. So this main room is specifically made for my work, for this YouTube channel, and for pretty much any other things like projects or general editing or even music production. This studio is really based on the idea of creative production, so that's why you have acoustic panels everywhere as well as instruments and my main editing setup. I had these acoustic panels custom made. They're made by a local manufacturer of acoustic panels. They were actually pretty nice to work with, and they took a while to set up actually. So now that they're up on the wall, it actually helps a lot with the acoustic of the room, because quite literally it is quite an echoey room without those acoustic panels. And if you guys haven't watched my vlog channel, even though I haven't uploaded in a while, you may notice that this used to be the gym, but now I treat this as my main work room. But anyway, let's get on with the general room tour, starting with my instruments. So if you guys didn't know, I'm into instruments. I've always been into music ever since I was young. I don't necessarily show that in the videos, but I do play instruments and I have a sort of small passion, big passion for music. Starting off with this Roland FP10 piano. Now, I bought this actually in Thailand and I had it for a couple of years, but I had to leave it when I moved back to the Philippines. Now, a couple months ago, my dad actually shipped it from Thailand to here, so now it's here. I've always been a piano person. I've had lessons when I was young, and I think piano is pretty much where I started my whole music journey and everything. Although I'm not really good at piano, I would say I don't practice enough. I think I can play some pieces here and there, but yeah. Moving on, next we have is the guitar amplifier and my guitars. Now, continuing on the music topic, I did have guitar classes when I was in school, and there are times when I moved out of different houses and I didn't really have access to a piano, so the next thing I had was my guitar. This guitar is a Yamaha guitar. I bought this acoustic guitar the moment I came in the Philippines, and for the electric guitar, I bought that online as well as the guitar amplifier. I think I showed that in a vlog of mine in my other channel. I always had a special heart for the electric guitar. I just love having a Stratocaster and the sound it makes, even though it freaking buzzes all the time. I just love that signature pop funky sound. Moving on, we have is my dry cabinet for my camera gear. Now, I've been accumulating camera gear ever since I started this YouTube channel, so it's been a couple of years now, and the thing is, where I live, it is very easy to pretty much get mold here. It's very humid here because it always rains. Think of my place as the Philippine version of UK. So I pretty much keep everything in this dry closet so it doesn't catch mold, so from cameras to lenses to key lights and pretty much everything else. But yeah, other than that, I have a couple plants here as well to keep the studio alive. Trust me, it did not look pretty without these plants laying around, so definitely these plants are what makes this studio give a bit more character to itself. This segment video is sponsored by ESR Gear. So as you guys know, I'm a heavy iPad user. I always bring it around for work, for school, and for general activities. I kind of treat it like my mobile laptop, or not really. And because this is my main device, I always end up changing cases because of how other cases would lose durability fast. However, I tried ESR Gear's new iPad case and their pencil, and it's been a game changer. Their case allows me to use it in multiple angles, and it even allows me to stand it vertically, and it's one of those cases that's actually pretty stable on any surface. Their pen is quite affordable as well, and it not only offers a smooth writing experience with the 1.5mm tip, but it also has an easy to find feature as well. Even shows the battery in real time. And to top it off, the screen protector they have has a very easy 2-step application, which makes my iPad free of dust and bubbles, as well as a durable iPad screen protector. If you guys want to check out ESR Gear for their cool Apple accessories, then head down in the link description to check them out. Anyway, back to the video. Alright, moving on, I think this is pretty much what everyone wants to see, which is my current desk setup. Now, I have to warn you, this is mainly for work. I still have my laptop, so I still use my old gaming laptop for gaming purposes, but all work-intensive purposes, I have a different desk computer setup, starting with this Apple Studio. Yes, I know, you might be thinking, holy shit, this guy is a full Apple person, but oh my god, can I just say how fast this computer is compared to my laptop? Now, originally I was going to buy myself a new desktop setup, but the thing is, I have a problem when it comes to separating gaming and work. And if I have it all in one system, trust me, I will not have the ability to separate my work and my gaming sessions. That's why I decided, you know what, I will opt for a Mac system just pretty much for work. And for work, I would say it's pretty darn good. Editing is so much easier, it's so much faster, especially with the M4 Max chip. And workflow wise, especially with my iPhone, it's really good. I can see why people like the ecosystem of Apple. Outside of editing, I might use this Mac Studio for coding and development. And my experience with Mac OS, I would say that even though it took a bit of time to get used to, I can see it's very pleasant OS to use, albeit some downsides. Now, the main thing I really love about the Mac Studio, especially as an editor and a creative, is the front I/O. I know it's a very small thing, but to be able to connect my external hard drives as well as my SD card directly to transfer files is just amazing. Now, the things I have to complain is, and I haven't been using it for a while now, so these are just the first few things that I've noticed, is that number one, the freaking mouse experience is awful. The polling rate that Mac has compared to Windows is a lot lower, so I don't know, mouse just feels so freaking laggy compared to using a gaming mouse on my Windows computer. Even opting to a work mouse like the MX Master, it still feels clunky compared to using a gaming mouse on my Windows. And speaking of mouse, let's move on to my mouse, which is the Logitech MX Master 3. I bought this recently and it's actually very pleasant to use. It's not really a game changer or anything. The side scroll is nifty for editing, but honestly, I'm so used to using shift scroll that I don't use it that much. Form factor is nice, but coming from a Logitech Superlight, it took a bit of time to get used to the weight. But yeah, it's actually a pretty nice mouse to use, although I kind of have to say, kind of overrated. But I don't know, it's just my 2 cents. Moving on to my main keyboard is the Lumen Key 65 paired with Cherokee keycaps. And let me just say, this is the best sounding keyboard I've ever had. Tell me that does not sound creamy. Moving to the oldest tech item in this desk that I've had throughout my time is this 2K Xiaomi monitor. Now, I haven't really thought of upgrading it because it practically suits my need. I don't really need to use a different monitor, especially since I'm not someone who necessarily needs a super accurate color accuracy. Now, I might potentially upgrade to a 4K OLED monitor in the foreseeable future, but if I were to think about it, it's not really a need, so I haven't really upgraded since. Moving to my audio interface, we have is my Audio-Technica Scarlett 16i16. Now, I do have an old interface, but it doesn't really work that much properly anymore, so I did get a new one. This is kind of like the big brother of my old Audio-Technica Scarlett audio interface. I do want to get into music production eventually, so I did buy it for the long term. It has a lot of ports, so if I want to connect instruments or MIDI controllers, I can connect all of them to this audio interface. I'm even able to connect my studio headphones and my monitor speakers directly. Now, speaking of headphones, moving on, we have is my DT770 Behringer Pro. Now, this is the second studio monitor headphones that I bought, and it's really freaking comfortable. This headphones is practically used for sound monitoring or sound engineering sometimes, and it's connected directly to the Scarlett 16i16. I've been using it, and I really love the flat sound profile as well as the cuff. It's really nice to wear long term, and I can't wait to use it for music production. But yeah, I've been using these headphones for pretty much editing, and recording my voiceovers like this one. Moving on the side we have is my Edifier monitor speakers. This is probably the second oldest thing that I have on my desk, and I've been using these speakers ever since, I don't know, like a couple of years ago. And actually switching from laptop speakers to actual speakers is such a game changer in my opinion. It genuinely sounds like the audio is there. I don't know, I'm just saying. So if you guys have the chance and you have the budget, I would really recommend having dedicated speakers for your desk setup if it's possible. But of course, headphones perfectly fine. And finally, last we have is the Audio-Technica AT2020, the mic responsible for the crispy voice I have for the channel. I can honestly thank this mic for this birth of this channel. Without this mic, I would probably not have succeeded with this channel that I have right now. And never mind, this is the oldest tech item I have. It's so reliable, and I haven't had any problem with it since I bought it. And the audio quality just from this microphone is just so nice that I never needed to upgrade to like an expensive mic like the Shure SM7B or something. This just works perfectly fine. And I think fine is underestimating it. But yeah, that's pretty much my desk setup as a content creator and a potential, music producer or musician, I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's definitely a dream of mine that I've achieved this kind of desk setup. And I don't know, I just want to thank you guys for sticking with me up to this day, whether you're new here or whether you're old. I just want to say thank you everyone for allowing me to build a studio like this. It's definitely a dream to achieve. Definitely this is not the finished product, and I will be adding a lot more things, especially if I advance my career. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's studio tour. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to drink your water. Bye!